Hey there, welcome to Craft Central Designs. I have a very quick one for you today. A very festive, very colorful, very fun, and very easy Grinch ornament using a Grinch green ornament from Hobby Lobby, a Grinch face transfer, and the traditional Grinch colored ribbons. Let me show you how I created this very fun Grinch ornament. I have here a jumbo ornament from Hobby Lobby in the traditional citrus green Grinch color. You can use the matte or you can use the shiny. Either or, but this ornament looks really good if you use the larger ornament, the jumbo size. Okay, I have two different ribbons, 1.5-inch wired ribbons from the Christmas ribbon department at Hobby Lobby, both in the traditional Grinch colors, the red and the citrusy green. And I also have some of these little spirally ribbons that I got in the Christmas gift wrap department at Hobby Lobby at 50% off. Okay, and I also have a little narrow ribbon. It's actually a little sequin ribbon. I'm just going to wrap the cap of the ornament. I often do this when I decorate ornaments. I have a Grinch transfer here. I believe it's around 3 to 3.5 inches. So this is suitable for that large ornament. Now, I got my Grinch face transfers last year on Amazon, but I have seen them on Amazon this year. There are quite a number of stores that carry them. Typically, they come in two different sizes. I'm using the larger size for my jumbo ornament. Now I'm going to create a bow. It's going to be an exaggerated bow for the top of this ornament. I wanted something fun and exaggerated on the top of this ornament. Just something really fun and colorful and festive looking. So the loops of my ornament, or my ribbon, the loops of my ribbon for this bow are going to be around 3.5 inches. So I just fold over my loops, pinch it in the center. This is a wired ribbon, so it's very easy to do that. And I'm creating a 4-loop bow, 2 loops on each side, and I'm just going to use a little bit of a pipe cleaner in the Grinch color and twist that in the back to secure all of those loops. That's going to be my base loop. Now, my hope was that when I did this, I ended up with Merry Christmas on the tails. And how lucky was I? It turned out just that way. That was just luck, actually. It says Merry and Christmas. So that turned out really well. Okay, so that's my base for my bow. Now, I'm going to sandwich in between my two bows. I'm going to make the other bow here in just a minute, but I'm going to sandwich those curly ribbons in between the two bows. Now, I don't need all of this curly ribbon, so what I'm going to do is just loosen up that staple that's holding all of those curly ribbons together, and I'm going to pull that apart and just pull away around 4 of those strands. I ended up using only 3 because I didn't need quite that much curly ribbon. So I used 3 strands of the curly ribbon. And I'm just going to use a pipe cleaner and wrap that bunch of curly ribbons around the base bow. I'm just going to use a pipe cleaner to do that. So I'm basically building my bow from the bottom up. And this is going to be, as I mentioned, sandwiched in between the two bows. Now, as I mentioned, this is going to create quite a pronounced bow statement on the top of this ornament, but that's kind of really just what I wanted. I love to do Grinch decor, and I love to just make it fun and whimsical and, exaggerated. when I do so. And so I'm doing that on this ornament here today. And I really love the way it turned out. It's going to be fabulous on the Grinch tree that I created. If you haven't seen the video of that, check it out. I posted that last week. Absolutely crazy for this Grinch tree that I created this Christmas, or for this Christmas season. Okay, I'm going to do the bow that's going to sit on top now. I'm going to make the bow loops a little bit smaller, around 3 inches maybe. I want to say 3 inches. And this is a wired ribbon, so again, I can use that method of folding over my loops, pinching it in the center, twisting my ribbon before I fold over the loop like I just did there, so I always have the right side of the ribbon facing up. I do have bow tutorials if you want to refer to those, or I generally explain my bow making process on every video that I do, but some are a little more detailed than others. So look for a bow tutorial to help you learn how to make bows like I do. I created a little loop right down the center. I'm going to pop my pipe cleaner through there to hold all those loops together. And then I'm going to snip it off in the back, and I'm going to layer that bow on top of the others. I'm going to take that tail, pop it through that center loop, marry up the tails on the bottom. And then I'm going to take another pipe cleaner and put all of those together. The base bow, the curly ribbon, and the bow on top. So I have them all stacked up, centers all aligned. And then I like to take my needle nose pliers, pop it right down the center of the bow in that center loop, and then I squeeze it really, really tight to get all of those layers to really be flush one upon another. I'm going to be gluing this bow on top of that Grinch ornament. I'm going to take a pipe cleaner, pop it right down through that little center loop there, bring it around the back, twist it, and then I can cut off the tails of that pipe cleaner because I'm going to be gluing it on to the top of that ornament. Now this looks super cute with those little curly ribbons popping out the sides of the loops of this bow. I'm just going to trim my tails up a bit, leaving the base bow tails a little bit longer than the bow on top. Okay, now I am going to wrap the cap of my ornament, which is very typical of what I do whenever I dress up an ornament. I really like the look of the cap being covered with a piece of ribbon. Now, it's true you won't see much of this cap, but I'm doing it anyway because from the back side you will see it. Now, this ornament has a front side. I'm only decorating the front of the ornament, but I just like the idea of finishing an ornament that I'm decorating, which I love to do. I love to take plain ornaments and just make them pretty and fun. Okay, so I have my little narrow ribbon. It's a little sequin ribbon. It's very cute. And now I need to put my transfer on to this jumbo ornament. Now I'm going to be using the 3-inch transfer. Now, I have gotten these transfers a couple of times through the years, and they're always wonderful. They're not like the Dollar Tree transfers that maybe it'll work and maybe it won't. These are really nice. Okay, so you want to be very careful not to start putting your transfer down until you're absolutely certain you have it straight and where you want it to be. because once you place it down, there's no going back. That's going to stick immediately on there. So now you're placing a transfer on a rounded surface, definitely a little more challenging. So take your time, go little sections by little sections. As I go, you notice I haven't placed down the bottom, the film with the transfer on the bottom of the Grinch face quite yet. I'm working on the eyes first. I smooth that down with my fingertip, and then I start working my way down. Now, take your time on this. You want to make sure that you're really pressing down the black lines in the eyes of that transfer before you go to pull back the film to pull it off. Now, remember, it's a rounded surface, so be patient. And then go around and really make sure. Once you have it down, you can see that I'm really pressing, making sure that when I go to pull that film off, everything is going to adhere to the surface of my ornament. Now, I also have my little Cricut spatula here. I'm just going over it just to be sure that I have everything all pressed down to the ornament before I go to pull off my film. I'm going around the lines of the mouth. Now, I didn't have this 100% perfect. I had to repair a little area there on the mouth because it's a little tricky doing the transfer on a big round surface like this. Or, the ornament really accepts the transfer well, but you just have to take it a little bit at a time. Now, roll back your transfer slowly, peeling it away. Now, if you notice that any little areas seems to be sticking on the transfer, stop right there, press it back down again, and then peel it away. Mine came out really well. I only had to fix one little tiny, tiny area there around the mouth. That was the trickier part. But it all came out really great. And I think it looks just fabulous on this ornament from Hobby Lobby. Now you can see there, I had a little lift of right there. So I had to stop, press my film back down, take my little spatula, press it, and now it's all adhered. And there you go. One fabulous Grinch face on a really Grinchy colored ornament. I love the colors of Hobby Lobby ornaments, and they did a great job with this Grinch color, and I love the shades of the red they have there. Sometimes when you buy ornaments, some places like Walmart, they'll be like a funny red, kind of a cherryish red or soft red, but Hobby Lobby has true red ornaments. So, anyway, just wanted to bring that up. Okay, so I'm going to create my own hanger. Rather than to use a hook hanger, I'm going to use this little satin cord that I have been using a lot of, that I picked up in the ribbon aisle at Hobby Lobby. And I love it. It's a really pretty shade of red, a real true Christmas red. And I just tie a knot in it, pull it through so that the knot's down by the ring on the cap. And next I am going to glue on my fabulous ribbon. Okay, my bow's going on now, so I am going to be using Aleene's Tacky Glue along with hot glue. I want to be sure that this sticks on very well. Now, once I have my bow on and the glue is dry, I can manipulate the loops of my bow to really cover the top of that ornament, but I want to wait until my glue is nice and dry to do that. So I'm going to place some Aleene's Tacky Glue on the cap and then some hot glue. And then I'm going to place my bow on there. And then after it dries, then I'm going to manipulate the loops of my bow and place my little curly ribbons exactly where I want them. Now I want the tails way off to the side, so that's what I'm going to wait until my bow is completely dry. I pull my tails off to the side, adjust everything accordingly, and here is my little Grinch bow and Grinch ornament, and I love it. Okay, until next time, you all take care.